Hey everybody, what's happening? Son of a Silver Stacker here, and today's numismatic news and information for the 26th day of November 2021. I'd like to welcome you to join me at JM Bullion so we can look at the live spot prices. Looks like gold is up $23.04 to 18.19.17. That's interesting, 17, 18, 19, but no, 18, 19, 17. Silver up 1 penny to 23.71. Platinum down $6.51 to 10,598. And palladium down $20.91 to 1876.50. Now over here, look at the build on the in-stock silver. They're at 528 pieces. That's remarkable. Now, going to be a little bit quick on this one. Got a lot to cover in this morning's episode. So it says here, this is posted on 11/18/2021 on the ngccoin.com website. It says the NGC company, company, not corporation, because they did change that earlier this year, has got some supply chain issues. So here we go. Now, they've temporarily suspended offering scratch-resistant holders effective immediately. Unfortunately, the supply chain issues that have impacted many businesses have similarly affected NGC's ability to maintain a sufficient inventory of scratch-resistant holders. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. That's really interesting. I wonder if the coins that you have submitted will, they've immediately, right? So if you've submitted them and paid for the extra protection on those scratch resistant holders, they're not going to give you that, and they'll probably just give you your money back. So that's brutal. Now, how long is this going to last? Well, it says here, NGC anticipates that scratch resistant holders will be back in stock in 6 to 9 months. Now, this begs the question, if this is happening at NGC, is it happening at the other grading companies, correct? Now, in the meantime, NGC will encapsulate standard size coins using flagship the holders. That's all well and good. Yeah, here we go. Check this out. If a scratch-resistant holder upgrade is requested while the service is suspended, any additional fee paid will be credited back to the submitter's NGC account. There you go. Really interesting on the supply chain. It's having an effect on our hobby and in other ways too that we haven't necessarily heard about going forward. Now, over here to coinnews.net, and I wanted to show you the numbers for the Morgan CC and O Privy Mark silver dollars. Important that we see these because when I just say the number, it doesn't have quite the effect that seeing the number has. So that's why I'm here for this article. It's by Mike Unser, dated November 24. The latest United States Mint sales figures show some sharp drops for the 2021 Morgan silver dollars. We know that already. The Privy Mark dollars led declines, with the CC falling 4,796 to 165,293 pieces, and the O down 4,792, only 4 difference from this one, to 165,491. Each has a product limit of 175,000. Now, if they did look like that with a high luster finish, that'd be something, but could have been just the light that they used there. Now, there you go. I mean, look at this is a big deal. Now, this is the weekly U.S. Mint top sellers, the proof set. Look at that, 17,382 sets sold last week. Happy holidays. Now look at the silver proof set, up 5,431. And we were shocked when they were at 1,700. Now it's just blown those numbers away. And this set looks like it's going to be one of the most popular in a few years now. American Innovation Dollar Proof Set, number 3. American Innovation Dollar Proof Set from 2020, and number 8 spot. And number 9 spot is the American Innovation Dollar Reverse Proof Set from this year. But here we go. Look at these Morgan numbers. Look at that. 4,796, 4,792. Now, were these the ones because of this drop? Was this drop because they're investigating what are legitimate and illegitimate orders? And if so, will this drop be followed with these coins here, the S and the Denver Mint, right? Will those happen to be dropping as well like this? And will the silver, the Peace silver dollar and the Morgan silver dollar from Philadelphia also have a drop like that once they get investigated for illegitimate and legitimate orders? So definitely some interesting things going on. And when these do, I guess when the United States Mint has figured out which ones are legitimate, they're going to be reissuing these. And they said they would be doing so, I think, at a time around noon Eastern time, which would be 9 a.m. Pacific. So you'll want to check that out. Now, let's get to the reason for the video today. I know there's a lot going on, and I just wanted to share that with you. Now, over here to Coin World. There you go. And this is by Paul Gilks, dated November 25th, 2021, 8 a.m. And it says here, Ely S Parker, featured on the 2022 Native American dollar. And there it is, United States of America. And this is the 2022 Native American dollar coming up here shortly. And it features Ely S Parker. He's a Tonawanda Seneca Nation. And his Seneca name is Hasano Anda, right? That's a pretty cool name. And it shows him in his, I guess, Army uniform. It looks like he was an officer. And he is penning something here. But he is much more than that, as we will see shortly. Now, it says here, Union General Ulysses S. Grant's military secretary during the American Civil War, Ely S. Parker, is depicted on the reverse of the 2022 Native American dollar. And it's really cool, too. Now, it says here, the approved reverse design of the 2022 Native American dollar features Ely S. Parker, a United States Army officer, engineer, and tribal diplomat who served as a military secretary to Ulysses S. Grant during the American Civil War. The design was approved by Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen after it and other proposed coin designs were considered by the Commission of Fine Arts and Citizens Coinage Advisory Committee. The chosen 2022 Native American dollar coin reverse is designed by U.S. Artistic Infusion Program artist Paul C. Balin and sculpted by U.S. Mint Chief Engraver Joseph F. Mena. The initials of both artists appear on the reverse. Now, this is a little bit more about Mr. Ely Parker. Look at that. It's beautiful. All over the map there. Sorry about that. It says, when Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered at Appomattox, Virginia, in that courthouse on the morning of April 9, 1865, Parker rendered the formal surrender documents in his own hand. Did you hear that? So he wrote them in his own hand. Parker is depicted in an Army uniform with a quill pen and book, along with a facsimile of his signature, as symbols of his experience as an expert communicator. The inscriptions, Tonawanda Seneca and Hasa no Anda, recognize his tribe and the name given to him at birth. Balin's reverse design will be paired with the series Common Obverse that depicts Sacagawea, the guide for the Lewis and Clark expedition. Now, she was, and it also depicts her carrying her infant son, John Baptiste, on her back. Amazing stuff here, folks. And this is what I wanted to go a little bit further in detail. And there's the picture of it right there. That's a higher detailed version of it there. It looks really cool. Now, let's get over here to the Wikipedia page for Ely S. Parker. He was born, 1828. Born Hasanaanda, right there, Tonawanda Seneca, later known as Donohawaga. I just ruined that one. I apologize. Was a U.S. Army officer, engineer, and tribal diplomat. He was bilingual and became friends with Lewis Henry Morgan, who became a student of the Iroquois in the upstate of New York. Now, Parker earned an engineering degree in college and worked on the Erie Canal, among other projects. That's huge. But check this out. I wanted to tell you about the surrender that he was part of here in this particular courtroom in Appomattox. So there's General Custer. There's my relative, Cyrus Comstock. We have General Lee. We have Ulysses S. Grant. And there we have Ely right there. So check that out. Now, check this out. Now, I wanted to show you this particular paragraph because it kind of caught my eye. Now, Parker was present when Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered at Appomattox Courthouse in April 1865. He helped draft the surrender documents, which are in his own handwriting. At the time of surrender, General Lee stared at me for a moment, Parker said to more than one of his friends and relatives, and he extended his hand and said, "I am glad to see one real American here." He extended his hand back out and shook his hand and said, "We're all Americans." Oh, boom, mic drop. What? Love that. So it looks like General Lee may have still been, harboring some anger and resentment towards the enemy and still had divisive words and war in his heart. But Ely, being the better person, I think, in this regard, was amazingly an American. And just think about that. How many people are trying to divide us, but look at this guy. And, those words are divisive. United we stand, divided we fall. But look at this guy here. He mic dropped it with, "We're all Americans." If we could remember that, that would be something, huh? Remember that. That's huge. Listen, folks, I got one last thing, and I wanted to show you. They could have went either way with the design on this coin. I mean, obviously, I think the greatest accomplishment is the fact that he, penned that surrender. But really, I mean, if you think about it, he was recognized as the first Native American scientist and engineer. And there's an Ely S. Parker Award that's given to Native Americans for their contributions to STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. There it is, folks. Listen, I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for dropping by today. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. Son of a Silver Stacker, out.